You're watching 48 Fastcast.
All right, welcome into the Fastcast. We are definitely dealing with some fog, so if you're heading out the door this morning, just be aware of it, because it's pretty serious right now.
It is kind of rough, and we'll take a look at Guntersville that has it the worst so far. Some folks are unable to see this morning as they head out the door. So right now, Guntersville, now a moment ago, I could see a couple of trees, and now it's back grade. So I promise there's trees and a beautiful skyline to expect. But yesterday, it was hard to see out of the Guntersville camera due to the rain chances for the day, and now it's foggy across the board. And as you can see here, this visibility map shows us that not anyone is getting a good deal of drive time for the day. We're expecting these foggy conditions to continue for most of your morning. We've got another hour or so of this. Humidity, though, is going to be on the miserable side for our Thursday, but we take it back to oppressive if that's a little better to note. But as we get into the weekend, conditions become sticky as we get to Sunday and Monday, which this weekend's expected to be much warmer than what we've seen for the past couple of days, taking it into the mid 90s. We could expect some heat advisories to pass through, and some areas could feel like about 102 to 104. So keep that in mind as you go through your weekend and the start of the work week. It'll be a little cooler, but not much. And as we get to Wednesday and Thursday, even Friday, cooling off a good deal with some of those rain chances there.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
All right, continuing to tell you about this fog that Jada was mentioning. You can see here on I-565 in Madison, still there, that fog pretty thick as you're heading out the door this morning. So you want to be aware of that. We are seeing slowdowns as well on 565 on around County Line Road there. You can see a slowdown going about 18 miles an hour if you're heading into the Huntsville area. And so when you zoom out here, we usually don't go this far out, but you can see just how many fog alerts that we're getting right now due to traffic in the Florence area as well as in the Hartselle area. So just be safe and go a little bit slower, of course, when you're dealing with that fog. And that's what we're seeing in our drive times as well. Decatur to Huntsville, 26 minutes. Athens to Huntsville, 29. Now, we're still waiting to learn the names of the 3 women who were found dead in an apparent murder-suicide at a Red Bay apartment complex Wednesday night. 48 News was the only news crew on that scene, and Police Chief Janet Jackson says officers responded to the Red Bay Housing Authority complex on Eugenia Nixon Circle, where they discovered the 3 women were dead. Chief Jackson added that there's no immediate threat to the public and will continue to give you more information about it as well. This marks the 3rd murder-suicide in North Alabama in just 2 weeks. We reported on another case just this past Sunday in Huntsville. The bodies of Gregory Clemens and Natasha Jones were found at a home on Keenan Road near Sparkman Drive and Memorial Parkway. Huntsville police believe that Clemens stabbed Jones to death before taking his own life. Investigators say the 2 were in a relationship. The other case happened on August 5th when a father killed his young child in Huntsville. Police say Dominic Tucker and his nearly 2-year-old child were found dead inside of a home on Retlaw Street near Jordan Lane. Authorities were initially called to the house for a fire, but when crews got there, they discovered the bodies were inside. Neighbors tell us this is the same home where officers responded to a stabbing back in July of last year. New this morning, a Muscle Shoals teen has been indicted on manslaughter charges stemming from a fatal wreck that happened in January. Frederick Ryder has been indicted for DUI and manslaughter. That's according to our partners at the Times Daily. Those charges stem from a fatal wreck on Wilson Dam Road in January that killed Trenton Putnam. The indictment contains a toxicology report that alleges that Ryder was under the influence of several different substances. And new this morning, a man reported missing and endangered nearly a month ago from Lawrence County has been found safe in another state. Robert Eugene Williams was reported missing after he was last seen on July 19th in the Town Creek area. Williams lives with a condition that can impair his judgment. According to our newspaper partners at the Moulton Advertiser, Williams says was located safely in Frederick, Oklahoma on Tuesday. It's still unclear how he got there or how long he'd been in that area. Now back here in Huntsville, many of you reported trouble logging into your Huntsville utility account. Now the issue is due to Huntsville Utilities launching a new app feature and account system. The Huntsville Utilities website says it's been inundated with a large number of people trying to reach out. Now the wait times to speak to a representative right now are peaking at around 90 minutes so far. Huntsville Utilities says that they're waiving all late fees and will not shut off your power during this transition. Well, this fall, Calhoun Community College is offering students a social work degree program for the first time. Find out how this will help local social work agencies ahead. Welcome back. Starting this fall, Calhoun Community College will offer students the opportunity to earn a degree in social work. Students can choose to complete a 2-year degree program or use the program as a stepping stone to transfer to a 4-year college or university. Previously, Calhoun only offered a few elective courses in social work. Instructor Florence Dowdy says that local agencies have expressed a growing need for trained social workers in the community. She adds that the new program will give students hands-on experience while they work toward the degree.
They get to actually work in the field and see whether this is a field that they really want to do. It's not an easy field. It's very rewarding, but it's very challenging because there's a lot of issues in our community.
Dowdy says that Wellstone and the Department of Human Resources is offering a program where students can work for them after they graduate.
Now, your first alert weather forecast with Jada Russell.
So your morning commute's going to be tough to follow with some fog for most of the day due to a lot of that humidity that's settling in. It's cooler start. However, for the afternoon, we're going to have the evening commute with rain chances. Slick pavement is the expectation. This is around 4 o'clock this afternoon. We start to see one conglomerate of storms and then another cluster of stronger downpours moving in on the valley. As you can see it closing in there. Most of us will see rain for the afternoon heading into the evening. Lots of folks in the south will continue to see some heavier downpours throughout the night. We don't fully clear out across the valley until 8-9 o'clock. Some folks still seeing some chances of rain well into their night at about 11 or so. Less of the rainfall expected for the day. We're going to see just under an inch for some areas. Yesterday, some folks saw about 2 to 3 inches, and we'll see those rain chances pull off as we get into the weekend ahead. Tuesday, we'll start to see a stray shower or two on the way back in, but we'll start to see some miserable conditions as we head into the following week. But keep in mind that we do see some warmer temperatures around Saturday and Sunday. Heading into Monday, we could see some heat index values around 100 or 2 or so. Jonathan?
All right. Wow. Getting back to that heat at some point, I guess, but we'll enjoy these temperatures right now while we can.
Yes, weather whiplash for sure.
I know. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in here to the Fastcast. Make sure to tune back in at the noon show. We'll see you later today.